welcome back to my channel. My name is Maggie. Today I'm going to do a chatty get ready with me, just kind of like a quick life update and share with you the makeup that I am wearing quite a bit this summer. So I've already did my skincare. I showered this morning, so I did my skincare afterwards and it's had time to set in. I'm also just now getting to my coffee. Delish. I've been trying to start my day off with 30 ounces of water before I have my coffee. I find that it makes me less jittery and I feel like the coffee is a little bit more of a reward. I also only make half calf. So I make my own cold brew. I just put my coffee grounds in a mason jar. I do 2 scoops of decaf, 2 scoops of regular. Fill the rest with water. It's a quart-sized jar. Stick it in the fridge overnight. And in the morning I strain it out and I have cold brew. So that's been really fun. But anyway, today is July 26th. So I am getting ready. I've had kind of a quiet morning at work, but I have to just kind of monitor stuff, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't normally do my makeup every single day, but today we are interviewing candidates for a role. So I want to look a little more put together. So I'm just going to set my primer here. Here we go. How has your summer been? I feel like my summer has been all over the place. Like we had a really late ice out. So the ice on the lake was not completely out of the lake until May 11th. So pretty much the rest of May and all of June was the lake heating up. So the 4th of July weekend was really the first weekend it was warm enough to like go swimming and be in the water, which if you saw my vlog, we did a lot of, which is great. Very relaxing, of course. But yeah, it was definitely kind of like a slow start to summer for me. And now we're kind of in our routine and it's almost the end of July. It's wild. So yeah, I posted a vlog. I know vlogs aren't for everybody, but I posted the 4th of July vlog, and then right after that, I got COVID, which sucked. I'm going to use my Narvina palette. I am doing a pan that / every palette, and the shade that I'm working on in here is called Dazzling, and it's a really beautiful, like, one shadow kind of wash of, you know, color type of a look. I am going to add a little bit of Twig from the Sultry palette in the crease just to define it a little bit more, but that's kind of been a good go-to look for me. So let me start with Twig, actually. Yes, I got COVID. I had not had it yet, or at least if I did have it before, I didn't have symptoms, but this knocked me down. And you know what's funny is I was kind of thinking to myself, like, wow, maybe I'm just like asymptomatic, you know, and it's not going to impact me like it does other people. And then, of course, I got it. But I was not feeling well. I've been in a like really good workout routine. So that morning that I tested positive, I was kind of like scheduled, I guess, but I was supposed to get up and go for a walk. And I love going for walks in the morning. It helps me just kind of like wake up and clear my mind, and I get the exercise kind of out of the way. I woke up and I felt just drained. Like I had no energy. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to listen to my body today. Just, you know, we had a long weekend and all this stuff. If I need to rest, I'm going to sleep more. So I changed my alarm, you know, back an hour or whatever. I woke up and just feeling crummy. I have seasonal allergies. So I thought it was just my allergies acting up. I was taking, you know, my allergy medicine per usual, but it was just maybe a bad day. And then halfway through the day, we were in meetings at work. And I'm like, you guys, I cannot keep my head up. I was just so tired. And so I logged out early that day, took the afternoon off. And then I started to get fevery, just like really hot, cold, just sweating. And yeah, it was terrible. I wouldn't wish anybody to have those symptoms. So then I decided, you know what, let me just take a COVID test because we have some of the at-home ones that the post office, you can order through them. I'm not kidding you because you put like the little drops in the stick thing. It was positive just like that, like within a second. I was like, okay. I guess that's what it is. So anyway, this is kind of the wash of color I'm talking about. I am going to do liner today. I want to define my eyes a little bit more. I use a setting spray and a flat liner brush. This one's from e.l.f. But see how it's like flat across the top? So I'm just going to put like a small squirt of setting spray, get my brush wet. I do find that the setting spray does help hold the pigment a little bit more. So now I kind of have a mess, but I'm just going to wipe that up. So yeah, was pretty sick, fevery for a few days, stuffy nose, runny nose, stuffy nose, runny nose, just all of it. But thankfully my boyfriend never tested positive. So pretty proud of that. We do have a guest bedroom that I locked myself in essentially. And then when I did leave to go down to the kitchen, I had a mask on, but he never got it. So I'd say that's good. I don't really know what to think of that exactly, but I didn't want him to get sick because he does not do well with being sick. Even a cold like knocks him down pretty hard. So I didn't want him to get something serious. But yeah, it pretty much resolved itself. I had a fever for 48 hours or so, maybe closer to like 52, but you know, just a couple of days and then started feeling a lot better. But now, so I've been, gosh, it's been like 2.5 weeks since I was sick. I have a little bit of a lingering cough. I didn't really have too much of a cough in the thick of it, but it's come on since. So just trying to kind of manage that. Cough drops help. And it's more so when I've been talking a lot. So like on my work calendar, if I have a lot of customer meetings, I know by the end of the day I'm going to be coughing. It's almost like it dries my throat out. So anyway, yeah, happy to be feeling better. I did get some well wishes, so thank you, but all is well. Healthy now. Okay, so for my face, I am going to put on a primer. I don't put primer on every day, but I'm going to use this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. I've been testing this out. It's okay. It's not my favorite though. So if you have a favorite primer, I know I ask this all the time, but I'm on the hunt because my favorite one is discontinued. I like a primer that helps with kind of like shininess or oil control or mattification, those types of things. But I do not like the silicone slip of like the Smashbox primer or, oh gosh, what's another one? I don't even know right now, but I don't like that. It clogs my pores and it makes me feel kind of like itchy. I don't know how to describe it. So I'm gonna let that sit here for a second. When I was sick though, I watched so much, Netflix and everything. And I watched some pretty interesting documentaries. One about the fundamentalist sector of the Mormon Church. That was fascinating. Kind of culty. So that was cool. I mean, not cool in like a good way, but it was interesting. I learned stuff. And I watched a lot of Below Deck. I love Below Deck. That's kind of my like drama, TV, whatever. So, I mean, and then I just kind of watched other little bits and things, tried, a couple episodes of this, didn't like it, moved on. So no like big, recommendations necessarily, but this is the powder. I've been using the ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I kind of went on a whim and got it and I love it. I already have pan in it. Where's my brush? So I either use the powder puff thing that it comes with. This works for me. I also have this old Sigma flat top kabuki. So that's what I'm going to use today, just to kind of blend it into my skin. I've been really liking it because it's so lightweight on the skin. Like it's not a heavy foundation. I just also find that foundations break up on my oily skin enough without the heat that when it's hot, it's just like not even worth it. So I've been really, really, really pleasantly surprised. And it doesn't give like a ton of coverage, but for me, it's enough. I certainly can layer, concealer in areas if I wanted to, but it just gives like a little bit of mattification to the skin and also helps kind of even out any like severe redness. It takes it down. It's not gone, but it takes it down. So I just kind of like to buff that in. I am tracking how many uses I get out of this before I finish it up, just to kind of see. I definitely think I'll repurchase. The shade I have for right now is light 6, which is a good match for right now. I am a little washed out, but it's a good match for right now. I would consider getting a lighter shade for the wintertime. I just really enjoyed the powder foundation thing. So that's been great. And then I also recently in my Project Pan update brought in a deeper bronzer to work on for the summertime because actually, you know what? I'm going to keep using this mirror. This is a good mirror. Because my other bronzer was a little bit too light and I have this other one that's a little bit deeper, so why not use it? I'm just going to kind of, I'm sloppy with my bronzer. I just like to throw it on. So yes, we also finished, my boyfriend and I were watching Mindhunter, which I think somebody, I was talking to somebody about it. We finally finished it last night, actually. And what a cliffhanger. I read that they were approved for a 3rd season, but it just hasn't happened or hasn't been a priority. I would love to see a 3rd season of Mindhunter, but also if that's just how it is, like you don't have a lot of closure. The story could continue or it could end there. So I guess if they're not going to do any more, the ending was okay. Probably fitting. So if you're not familiar, it's kind of like a crime thriller type TV show where it's the FBI researching serial killers and things like that. So they left without a true solution, but I guess there's a lot of cases that go unsolved. So maybe that's an okay ending. Anyway, so a little bit of bronzer helps just kind of define the face. I'm going to throw a little bit of highlighter on. I'm going to use this Hourglass one. I've kind of been, I use a little bit of blush, but I've kind of been skipping it more days than not because I feel like my skin gets red enough on its own. So I'm just going to kind of throw that on high points of my face. I do still like to set under my eyes with a little bit of a brightening powder. Again, trying not to layer on a ton of makeup. So anyway, that is kind of what has been going on with me. We are kind of gearing up for, the end of August. My boyfriend's travel schedule for work is bananas. He's having to kind of like pick up some of the slack from other people or other departments with shifting priorities. So he is feeling it, and I'm just trying to be supportive. It's not easy watching someone be stressed out. Okay, so I am gonna spray my face here quick. Ugh, got it in my mouth. The other thing is I just posted about this on Instagram, and I think I might do a video. I don't know if I'll do it now or at the end of the year, but I have been tracking since the beginning of the year my consumption. So like the amount of things that I bring into my home. So like clothing or kitchen appliance type stuff or toothpaste, deodorant, like all of the things that I'm bringing into the house and having to like store or home. I've been tracking all of that. And I also track how many things leave my house, whether it be like empties or things that are just, trash now or things that are being donated. And I'm tracking the net consumption. I have been extremely like blown away by doing this. So I just write it in my planner and I write down everything that comes into my home. So like I've been gifted things, those go on the list too, because there's still things that I have to like house now. And I frequently go through that list and anything that I've bought. So for example, like toothpaste, I just had to switch my toothpaste yesterday morning. Well, the old toothpaste is one that I bought this year. So I got to kind of like cross it off my list, because I finished it up. But I just go through the list sometimes and like everything on there is justified, are things that I planned to buy, are things that are giving, my household value, or they're, going to be used here shortly. So it's just very interesting because it's not like I'm compulsively shopping and just buying a bunch of garbage or crap, Um, it's all things that I'm using or enjoying, or yeah, I have backup of the toothpaste, like nothing wild, So it's been very eye-opening. And it's something that I definitely would like to do again next year. I find that the kind of like review and process of writing it down, I also write down like how much it costs, where I got it from, and if it's like a consumable item. So for example, my toothpaste, that's a consumable item. Eventually it will be finished. It's been very interesting, and I'm just tracking my stuff. I don't track like food or like medicine, but I do track, toiletry items and anything that I'm purchasing for the household. It's been very, very eye-opening. So I would suggest, even if you like think that you're doing a great job with not shopping, start writing things down just for like 2 months, and you might be pretty surprised on what you find out and like what you see happening. So I don't know, I might do a video. Let me know if you're interested in that. Like, I don't really know if I want to do one now or wait till the end of the year. We'll see. But I do think it'll help me kind of set some goals for next year with my shopping habits. I really feel like I have significantly changed my habits. I used to shop a lot, kind of like based on emotions, and I haven't been doing that for a few years. I've been doing low buys with set budgets, and even that, I feel like those series are kind of getting boring because it's not a struggle for me. It's not hard for me to stay within the budget. It's not hard for me to go, replacement only for a few months. So I don't know if I'll do like a formal series like that next year. I might kind of reshape what low buy means and how I communicate that with you guys. But yeah, writing everything down has been so interesting. Yeah, there's a photo of my planner on Instagram if you want to go see it, but highly recommend. It was life-changing. Honestly, that sounds over dramatic, but it is. But yeah, I've been trying to not purchase, and then all of a sudden I got a list of things that I purchased. And you know what? The other thing about that is it's a lot of small things, like a 2-pack of bug spray here and 3 sunscreen there. But, obviously those are things that I will use up. So it's not that they're sitting in my house forever, but yeah, just very interesting. Okay, gonna do a slight inner corner highlight here. Got my mascara on, got the brows done. For my lips, I am really trying to work through my Project Pan lip products. So I am going to apply these. I'm trying to apply them like at least once every time I do my makeup. But for the rest of the day, I'm just going to be reapplying gloss or lip balm, whatever feels right. But these are 2 that I'm definitely, I don't know, I'm not struggling to use them, but I'm not super motivated. So if I can just use them once every time I do my makeup, that's pretty good. But as far as makeup goes, I really haven't been purchasing a ton of makeup. I do plan to shop the winter sales and the holiday collections. I love kits of mini products because it feels like you're getting all this new stuff, and it's not super hard to actually work through it because that's something I'm pretty aware of. And I do plan to buy the Natasha Denona Glam palette because I will be retiring my sultry palette at the end of this year. So I want another kind of cool tone palette in my collection that I can use. So that is something I definitely plan to purchase. But other than that, I don't really know. We'll just have to see what comes out. I might get like maybe another quad or like a smaller palette too. I'm definitely realizing that I like having, big palettes and everything. But the little ones are pretty nice too. I used to kind of think that there wasn't enough options in little palettes, like little 4, 5, 6 pan palettes. But there are, after using the mini retro palette earlier this year in my Pan in Every Palette series, I definitely grew to appreciate a lot more. So anyway, this is the kind of final look for every day. Nothing wild, but it was nice to chit chat and kind of catch up. Definitely leave me a little, summary of how your summer is going so far down below. I'd love to connect with you. But that is going to be it for me today. I hope you guys are doing really well, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.